Hello, welcome back. I'm Statman Dave, and today we're going to be talking about 3 strikers Manchester United should sign in January. But before we do that, I want to tell you guys that we are now streaming over on the Clips channel, previewing the weekend's Premier League action every Friday and reviewing the weekend's action on Monday. So check that out if you're interested. But anyway, let's get this party started. A big aspect that's holding back Manchester United is their goal scoring. Under Erik Ten Hag, Manchester United have taken the 7th most shots per game in the Premier League, but the Red Devils rank 14th for conversion rate. And the biggest problem position in their attacking lineup is the centre forward. Signing a new number 9 should up their woeful conversion rate, helping United score more goals and win more matches. But who should they sign? First up, United should return to Turin and save Dusan Vlahovic. Juventus are in free fall under Max Allegri, and when Vlahovic signed, he stated he wanted to play in the Champions League for a good coach. 2 things that Juve are lacking. And whilst United can't offer Champions League football right now, Vlahovic could fire them to a top 4 or Europa League title, whilst Ten Hag improves the Serbian hitman. In terms of right now, Vlahovic is basically the same player that Juve signed last January. A modern target man, Vlahovic is physically imposing with strength to boot. But he's also very technically strong, which is showcased by a great first touch, close control and quick feet. What's more, he's got a great vision and a good passing range. Not to mention his standout attribute is ability to score goals. When his team has the ball, Vlahovic is a constant passing option. With his back to goal, he always keeps his body between the ball and the defender, using his size and strength to hold off pressure, receive passes and then bring in teammates into play. His favourite move is to receive passes and spread the ball wide. Being left-footed, he favours spreading the ball to the left flank. Vlahovic often follows this up by trying to get into the box and get on the end of passes or crosses. In the final third, you see Vlahovic's incredible movement. He often makes double movements, setting off in one direction to take the attention of his marker that way, but then he'll dart in the opposite direction, creating separation and getting a lot of shots off. A top-tier finisher, Vlahovic has a conversion rate of 21.6% over the past 3 Serie A seasons, scoring 51 goals in just 83 appearances for Fiorentina and Juventus. Still, just 22 years old, Dusan Vlahovic is the striker that United should be signing for Erik Ten Hag. He's a fantastic option to progress the ball through. Not only can he hold off defenders and receive passes to feet, but being 6'3", Vlahovic contests for aerial duels quite well. His 43% aerial duel win rate ranks him in the top 26% of strikers across Europe's top 5 leagues. And despite being a big target forward, Vlahovic offers a real threat in behind. Not lightning fast, but not slow either. Vlahovic's movement gets him into a lot of 1v1 situations that he tends to put away. And this all-round threat is far more dangerous than what United currently have. What's more, that he's very good at creating a yard to get a shot off. This is something that's really missing from United's attack this season, as the forwards aren't composed in the final third, leading to poor decision-making or poor execution. Vlahovic, on the other hand, is a very composed player, and his ability to get shots off would see United score more goals. Vlahovic has been a victim of Juventus' awful tactics, but in Erik Ten Hag's highly structured system, we should see a return to the Vlahovic from Fiorentina, receiving progressive passes, holding off defenders and finding teammates in close proximity, then getting into the box to offer a major goal threat. Very much like his goal last season against Empoli, where he received the ball from deep, shrugged off the pressure, switched to play, and Vlahovic followed this by charging into the box and putting away the winger's cross, effectively playing a 1-2 with Callion. Preferring to lead the line on his own, but very complete, Vlahovic is ideal for a possession-based system that Erik Ten Hag is building. If United can't sign the Serbian hitman in January, they should consider fellow countryman Alexander Mitrovic. In the form of his life, Mitrovic has finally made the step up to the Premier League and is starting to live up to the promise he showed at Anderlecht. At 28, Mitrovic is entering the peak of his career for target forwards. The likes of Luca Toni, Mario Gomez, Dusan Zapata and Edin Dzeko all enjoyed their best goal-scoring seasons after their mid-20s. Meanwhile, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has famously scored more goals since turning 30 than he did beforehand. Signing the Premier League-ready striker who's a real physical handful and a clinical finisher would be a great alternative to Vlahovic. The next striker is less well known, Terem Moffi. Playing for Lorient in Ligue 1, only PSG pair Kylian Mbappe and Neymar have scored more goals in the competition this season than Moffi. The Nigerian international is a large and athletic striker, but despite his physicality, reality, he's not the best target man. Aerially, he isn't the best and doesn't look confident in these duels, but when the ball is on the floor, he shines. Not a creative deep-lying forward like Harry Kane, Moffey is more of a link striker. He uses strength well to hold off defenders and receive passes. From here, he generally looks to move the ball on quickly with 1 or 2 touches, but Moffey is surprisingly tricky. With his back to goal, he can turn well and get himself running at goal. With his combination of size, strength and speed, Moffey can be difficult to stop, something that Lille found out last season. After Lille lost possession, Abigel has the ball. He passes it to Moffey, who looks to turn towards the left wing, goading Botman into covering that move. Instead, he turns right and drives forward, carrying into the box by going through a group of defenders. As one gets a foot in, Moffey has engaged the entire back four but has still retained possession. He gets his head up and plays it to his strike partner, who finishes. Moffey is a modern day striker, capable at playing on the last line, in wide areas and dropping deep. The Nigerian international offers a lot of attacking fluidity. In possession, he uses the ball in very creative ways. He likes to get on the ball, dribble, he uses feints and tricks to shift the opponent. Moffey isn't a creative striker that drops into midfield, but in and around the last line, he's very creative. He can create via through balls on the last line. In fact, his 6 through balls in Liga last season was considerably more than any United forward. Visually, he looks like a street footballer. He's excellent in tight spaces, and whilst he might not look very smooth, his actions are usually very intentional. In terms of goal scoring, Moffey is very capable. His movement is very good, often uses double movements to create space. Despite possessing a powerful shot, Moffey isn't the best from range, but is lethal inside the box. He likes accurate side foot finishes into the bottom corners, but will adapt to the situation, using chips to lob, keepers rushing out, or simply smashing the ball with power. Whilst he can be a little erratic, his finishing is generally very good. In fact, through his career in Liga, Moffey has a conversion rate of 22%, which shoots up to 36% this season. To put that into perspective, that's better than Erling Haaland in the Premier League. What's more is that Moffey is a big game player. 29% of his 31 Liga goals have come against Lyon, Monaco, Marseille and PSG. In fact, the last time he faced PSG, whilst he scored a goal, he probably should have got 2 assists if it wasn't for poor finishing from his teammates. Still just 23 years old, Moffey isn't a finished article yet, but with a high-level coaching from Erik Ten Hag, he could become the real deal. His physical attributes can make him unplayable, whilst his technical ability is there. If Moffey can become a little bit more consistent with his touch and finishing, he'll be a very good centre forward. What's more is he'll fit into what Erik Ten Hag is doing. He's confident when receiving with his back to goal, especially in the final third. United could use him to bounce passes off. Whilst he's got the techers to create shots with a little bit of skill, and from a tactical perspective, it should balance United's forward line, as he naturally likes to drift to the right-hand side, unlike everyone else at the football club. And the final striker that Manchester United should look to sign is Victor Osimhen. A very different kind of striker to Vlahovic, Osimhen is almost a pure goal scorer, lightning fast with incredible movement and a complete goal scoring ability. Osimhen is a player who will score goals no matter which club he's playing for or which league he's in. His speed is what he's known for, and it makes him a constant threat in behind the defence. This naturally stretches teams, with defenders conscious that they can't keep up with him in a foot race, which usually sees them drop to a deeper line. In turn, this creates more space for his teammates to operate in, notably in the midfield and defensive lines. But even with a lower defensive line, Osimhen's great movement still allows him to get in behind. We saw this with his winning goal against Bologna. With Jesus in possession near the centre circle, Bologna have all of their players behind the ball in their own half. Jesus plays it to Zielinski, who manages to work the ball to Cravadonna in between the lines. Despite this dangerous position, Bologna's backline is fairly deep, just outside the box, not leaving much room in behind. Regardless, a perfectly weighted ball, and Osimhen's speed catches them out as the Nigerian slots the ball under the goalkeeper. But Osimhen doesn't need space to score goals. Inside the box, he uses acceleration to lull defenders into a false sense of security. Often when the ball is wide, he'll look uninterested or inactive, inactive. But when it looks like it's about to come into the box, like when the winger dribbles his man, he springs into action, accelerating quickly to where the ball will be delivered, getting ahead of the defender. He's also a real threat in the air. Last season, 50% of Osimhen's goals in Serie A came from his head. Since the start of that campaign, Osimhen is scoring a goal with his head after 4 attempts. He's such a threat because not only is he fairly tall, standing over 6 foot, but he's got a great leap and manages to hang in the air. This allows him to get up early to win the initial duel. However, Osimhen is also aggressive when challenging headers, and we've seen him put crosses away with bullet headers. Osimhen's leap makes him a target for fullback crosses from deep, whilst his ability to finish off both feet make him dangerous from low crosses too. This kind of chance conversion is ideal for Ten Hag's United, who generally see crosses sent in from deep from fullbacks. Long term, we should see more crosses from the byline that are low, but if Osimhen came in January, it'd be a massive boost to the fullbacks. In Serie A last season, fullbacks assisted Victor Osimhen more times than any other position. Under Spalletti, Osimhen has improved his possession game and is dropping off the line more frequently. Usually he does this and keeps it quite simple, looking to move the ball on with 1 or 2 touches. But the fact that he's starting to add this to his game is a good sign. Osimhen is still just 23 years old, and whilst he's not very aesthetically pleasing in possession, he's effective, and that'll improve with time. Whilst Victor Osimhen might not fit the profile of a possession-based striker, he would be a major improvement on what United currently have. He's a natural number 9 that scores goals for fun and knows how to use his speed. Stretching opposition defences and creating space for his teammates is great, but simply being able to put chances away will improve Ten Hag's United. Osimhen is also an intense presser, and his speed can catch players by surprise as he closes the distance quickly, and he's been rewarded this season with 2 goals following a defensive action. A £90 million price tag is a lot of money, and injuries have been a concern, given that he's missed more than half of the year's worth of football since joining Napoli in 2020. Despite that, he's not had any major injuries or recurring ones, and whilst it's a lot of money, his goals would fire United comfortably into the Champions League. But anyway guys, what do you think? Which striker should Manchester United sign? Let me know in the comments below if I've missed anyone. Lautaro Martinez? Ivan Toney? Get down below. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.